All right. Is it working? Looks like it. I'm going to be doing an kind of a retro review of an old LCD monitor that I've had for a long time now. It's a Dell 2001 FP. Stands for flat panel. It's a very unique one in my opinion. It's got some interesting inputs, potentially useful for retro gaming, things like that, but I'm going to be using it in my setup here. So I'm going to show you a view. I'm going to be putting it over here. I've got this monitor arm set up, ready to go. And then I've got a VESA mount also ready. But we'll get to that later. That's going to be towards the end. Also got my tea and another drink ready for action. And we've got the actual monitor in this other area, so we can take a look at it in detail over there. But I think it might be good to go over the information, the stats, what it is, kind of why it was a thing and such. So let's start off with this. I found this on the web archive, archive.org, the Wayback Machine. It took a little bit of effort to find it. Dell doesn't have any information on this screen anymore on their website, which is odd. But, so let me, okay, I'm just going to record my microphone. I'm using a wireless microphone, and it has the ability to record in itself, the transmitter. Anyways, yeah, so the Dell 2001 FP is a flat panel. Obviously, it's an earlier LCD, but it was still at the point where they were getting pretty good. So we can look at all of the information first just to get an idea of what it is, how it works, kind of some of the interesting aspects of it. So this is an active matrix TFT LCD, decentish quality-wise for the time. I don't remember exactly what I paid for this thing, but maybe when it came out, there might have been kind of a gap when I bought it. Even so, I think I paid between $700 and $800 for this thing back in maybe 2003, 2004. So it was a very, very expensive screen back then, for sure, and even now, it's a very expensive screen. Yeah, so let's look at some of the other specifications here. I can zoom in on this so it's a little easier to read for everyone. Of course, if you have any questions or whatever, this is live. Or just comments, like if you had something like this in the past, let me know. Yeah. So it's a 4:3 aspect ratio screen, 1600 by 1200 maximum resolution on it. There's the pixel pitch that is of any interest. It does have a 88-degree field of view, which isn't amazing, but it was good for the time. Oops. Seeing some reflections on my glasses from the background lights. And then the contrast ratio also isn't anything special, but it's decent. It's functional. And the nice thing about this one, it has the matte finish to the screen. I'm personally not a fan of the reflective coatings to the screens. So if we look quickly back, whoops, wrong camera. We look at that, you can see that there really isn't much of a reflection, and there's a strong light shining on it at the moment. So it's got a nice coating to the actual screen. So they call it anti-glare with hardness coating 3H. And one of the negatives of this screen, it's using compact fluorescent tubes. So it's obviously LCD or LED technology was not really a thing at the time. So that's kind of one of the downsides. It's higher power use. It's a big chunky screen. It's pretty heavy. And one of the more interesting aspects of this screen is the response time for its day, for its time. 60 milliseconds was pretty good, and it was kind of that level where it was making sense, you know, from a gaming standpoint, that it would be decent, it would be enjoyable. I do have a Super Nintendo that I can connect to it, and we can get an idea of how it might work in that context. Or of course I could hook it up to the computer as well and then run some game on it or something. But yeah, 60 milliseconds, obviously compared to stuff now, that's not amazing, but still, it's kind of decent. It's 1600 by 1200, 60 hertz. So refresh rate isn't anything special. 60 hertz, you know, 60 frames a second for your sync rate or whatever, VSync. Let's see what else we got here. So a bunch of additional information. These are different resolutions that it could support. So you could do some retro gaming at these lower resolutions. Well, actually, I'll have to see how it works with the Super Nintendo, because the Super Nintendo is lower than all of this stuff and what it outputs. We'll find out. So this is part of the interesting aspect of this monitor. We can look at the inputs and stuff up close on the screen. I'm just going to go over it here as well in the text. So it's got the standard connection. What is that called? VGA connection. It has a DVI-D port, so that's a digital. You can convert DVI to HDMI and DisplayPort. I do have some stuff for that. So that's how it's going to work in this area. But the really interesting thing is it has S-Video, and it also has composite, which is the single yellow connector, you know, for video. Either of these I'll be able to do with the Super Nintendo. Whoops. That's not what I want. Anyways, yeah, that's kind of the super interesting thing. And also, which it'll probably be in the text here, but it has picture-in-picture mode on a LCD, which is interesting. So you could have a composite input for a Super Nintendo or whatever gaming console, and then have your computer stuff being inputted into it as well. Let's see. Yeah, I think we covered that. There's some specs on the size. Now, given that it's an old LCD, and this was kind of going from CRTs to LCDs, it's very, very heavy. All that technology, all of the manufacturing ideas and ways of going about it, they made LCDs really heavy. So it's robust. Look at the stand itself. Just the stand is almost 19 pounds. The power brick's a pound. The monitor itself in VESA mode, 12 pounds. So this monitor arm that I have, this will be able, I already tested it. It's okay, but it's probably teetering on the level of a little too heavy, but I think it's fine. I think I still have like 10 pounds of additional capacity. But yeah, it's a heavy screen. And then some additional information we don't really need to likely care about. Definitely going to be producing some heat with this screen, with how much wattage it could use. Yeah, so normal operation up to 90 watts. So that's maximum with the USB used. Oh, it has built-in USB, a USB hub, and soundbar capability. I don't have the soundbar thing. Actually, I might be good to look around for that. See if I can find one. So when I do connect the Super Nintendo, if I do have some, I don't know where they are, but I do have some little speakers I could potentially use. Yeah, so I think we're pretty much good on stats. I can go over to the thing and just, we can look up close at it and all the ports and things. Then I'll plug it in, obviously, and mess around with it over there, and then I can install it over here. Then we can do some other tests with it. Yeah, and there's a setup guide that I found thanks to the Wayback Machine archive. So you can see there's the stand, how you connect and disconnect. There's a button on the bottom of it. It does do vertical and horizontal display, which in this case, it doesn't make a huge difference, you know. But I mean, technically I could use it vertically because it would be easier for me to access things, probably. I'll think about it. And you can see all the ports and such. Yeah. The stand is very robust. It has some ability to adjust as well, the height and everything. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's go over to the hands-on camera setup. My little chat window with me. Here it is. Get these out of the way. Oh, I got adjust my screens here so I can hopefully see what I'm doing a little bit. There we go. It's probably good. Yeah. There it is. Actually, I could get something for scale here. I have a CD, which maybe this is not relevant either. I don't know, what do people even use for scale? So here's a compact disc for scale, Outrun 2006. This is my favorite racing game. Yeah, so it's not a huge screen by any means, but it is very heavy. Let me see if I have anything else that would make sense to even show. Polaroid? No, it's probably not super relevant to most people. So I've got a DVI to HDMI cable. And then we've got this device that you take HDMI and then you can yeah, I'm not sure if this might go the other direction. So I don't know if this will be useful, but I have this, I know this cable works because I tried it. So that I can connect to the computer at some point. Do I need to brighten this up a little bit? Let's see. What was that? Whoops. Get this thing focused. There we go. Yeah. So we've got the power brick. Like I said, this is 90 watts, I think, maximum. Let's see. Yeah, 90 watts continuous. It's a Dell branded, of course. Pretty chunky. And then it's got some type of proprietary, likely proprietary connector. 4 pins in there. You can always zoom in and show it. So I mean, if people look at this in the future and wonder, I want to document things a little bit here and there. I'm sure people have shown this and talked about it in the past, but you know, you got to do your own thing, right? Be your own person and do your own stuff, even if other people have done similar. Yeah. There's the back. Like I said, this thing is quite the hefty screen. I'm trying to think of a good way to even show the ports and such. What we can do, first I'll demonstrate the, whoops, get that out of the way. Demonstrate this feature. So it does get pretty tall. And then it has the rotation, very clean, easy. Actually, I could do it vertically for the ports and such. Yeah, that's good. Kind of good. I'll probably just take it off in a bit here. Got this nice little thing on the bottom for your cables and stuff. Yeah. So it's a functional, you know, nicely featured screen for the day, considering how much it costs. I'm not surprised. So there's the USB ports on the side. I think it's, honestly, I don't remember if it was USB 1 or 2. It's probably USB 1. So these are probably not very quick, but you normally would likely just use this stuff for monitoring, keyboard mouse, most likely. Yeah. It does have a good amount of articulation, or adjustment to it. I have my camera in manual focus, that's why I'm putting my hand there. So it can have something to focus on. It won't be able to focus on this screen here, most likely. Yeah. Good amount of articulation. You can see my light is, yeah, it has really nice coating on it. It has a really nice coating. Anyways, I think we're good on that. So there's a button down here. I can press this button, just lift it off. Let's see if I can. Easily not hurt myself when I'm doing it. This thing is heavy. Yeah. So there's the specialty mount. Just quickly show this thing. Got the 2001 FP label on there. Yeah, cool. I don't think there's anything. It's just, you can see the very robust. That's all metal there. Do some weightlifting with this thing. Okay. I think this is like, what did it say? How many? I honestly don't remember how many pounds it said. Let's take a look real quick. Just the stand. Actually, it says monitor and all of it is 18.72 pounds. And then just the monitor is 12, so 7 pounds for the stand, something like that. Yeah, this is heavy. You can feel it. See if there's a good way for me to show this. I guess that works. Zoom. Go full zoom. It's a little bit off. Make sure I've got everything in there. There we go. Yeah. First off, we've got the power connection. Here is the composite video. So you can see it's got the yellow color to it. And then we've got the S video connection, DVI-D, and then we've got the standard VGA D-sub connection. Here we've got the audio 12 volt audio connection. I don't think I ever used that. And then here is the USB connector for connecting it to a computer. And then these are just additional USB-A ports for whatever. So you've got 2 on the side and 2 right here. So it's basically got a hub inside. I don't think there's anything interesting on the label. So this was made November 2003. Which I honestly don't want to calculate how long it's been. So, looks like it was made in China. Anything interesting? I don't really see anything interesting on the label. I mean, I could show it for just historic purposes, but whoops, sorry. Feels a little risky to do this, but I'm gonna angle it towards my light. Yeah, so there's the label. November 2003. Cool. It looks like Dell was in Round Rock, Texas. Apparently. Oh, and here's the face mount. How can I do this easily without having the thing fall over? Is the question. I can just barely loosen the camera. Okay, barely is a... There we go. Yeah, so that is the connection points. It's got the specialty stuff for the stand. So there's 2 connectors here, and there's like a place that the stand locks in up here. But these are the standard VESA connection points. I think it's a 75 by 75. Yeah. So what I can do is connect that, and then we'll put it over in the other area and try it out. I'll connect this to the computer, and I'll also try it with the Super Nintendo. I could potentially do it here with the Super Nintendo. I guess it wouldn't matter either way. But yeah, it might be a little easier to do it here. I can show a close-up of this power brick just in case anyone needs it for historic reasons. If you want to look at the information. Yep. I can't remember what I did with those speakers. I think they're in here somewhere. But I don't think this has... Yeah, so this doesn't have audio pass-through thing. I mean, I guess technically... Yeah, I'm not even sure how the audio would have worked with this. Probably some sort of add-on on the bottom that would have had an input on it. Yeah. So clearly HDMI is the one that has audio pass-through. So there wouldn't have been any reason to have any of that in this one, this screen. This would just be video without the types of connectors. Let's pop this back on. I guess I could try to show this. This locks in nicely. It's probably good. And then connect this thing. Actually, okay, that's easy. Can't remember which direction. There we go. So we got some power. Let's get the Super Nintendo. Sadly, I've been selling some of it. So I'm down to one container of Super Nintendo stuff. Let's see. Let's try to get some of the stuff that's not relevant out of here. This thing has S-video, I think. One of them does. There's a composite. Here's a card reader thing. I don't know, would people be interested in me going over this on the tech channel? Bought this a few years ago. It's 3D printed. I mean, you can make this if you wanted to. But it's basically a card reader. Cartridge reader, I should say. For Super Nintendo, Genesis, and NES, I think. Yeah, so it's kind of cool. And the reason I bought this is because you could pull save state data. That was overpriced. Yeah, I've got my old save states on this on my card. I think I just need one controller, so we have some specialty tools for the Super Nintendo. Nintendo has a, what is it called? Star Drive Wing screw or whatever. Okay, here's my S-Video cable. So we could try S-Video. We could try the composite. This one is RF connector. So this one's not relevant for today. I do have a CRT that I could pull out if anyone is interested on the tech channel, or maybe the other one. Yeah, so this is a RF modulator thing, or RFU adapter. So you got the Nintendo connector, and then the other stuff. Because the CRT that I have is only RF connection. My original Super Nintendo, it's very brown now. Let's put these, yeah. Don't have too many games left. I sold a bunch of them to a local place a year or two ago. So obviously this needs its own power. I haven't used this in quite a while, so hopefully it doesn't explode. Capacitors are usually the thing that fail eventually in electronics. So first off, let's try the composite one. Oops. I like these. These are Velcro quick ties. They're just so convenient. I do have a video on my photography channel about these Velcro quick ties. They've got a loop on one side. Now, obviously they've got the two different things, so it attaches to itself. So we've got the loop, and then the shape of the other side looks like that. So this can go into here. Like that. Yeah, these are really nice. And then you can see kind of what it looks like. You don't have to loop it. It just, sometimes looping it makes sense. But if you don't loop it, it's very easy to disconnect usually. Usually. That one was a little stubborn. I think it's just gripping on the rubber material of the controller. This one's probably a bit easier. Let's not zoom quite as much. I don't know if there's anyone in any stream here, but Did you have any old LCD screens? It was cool. There was a time period like this one where it has all those specialty inputs. So that's really the main reason I've held on to this thing, is all of the specialty inputs on it. So let's start with composite. Just going to use this. These ones I could convert to audio source. I mean audio output. Which I don't know what I did with those speakers. What did I do with them? Are they in here? Nope. Should have been more prepared. Are they up here? No. Yeah, I don't know. Actually, maybe they're over here. I'll zoom in a little bit so I don't have to see anything awkward. Nope. So much stuff everywhere. Nope. Computer fans. Nope. Boxes. Huh. Nope. Well, the one thing it's not gonna cooperate. Whoops. Way up here. Over here? No. Way down there? No. Yeah. Are they in here? No. Jeez. Now I'm curious because I thought I would have left them around specifically for this. Nope. Nope. I mean, I could connect headphones to it. And I don't have a single speaker thing. Or I could use... I think this has a speaker on it. Where is it? I have a microphone that has a speaker in it. I think. But I don't see that either. Oh, here it is. But I don't think it does live. Never mind. I don't think it does live output. What the heck did I do with those? Huh. Weird. Not intentionally delaying things. Just confused now because I had that stuff and I saw it. Now it's gone. All right. So here you've got the composites. Make sure this is focused properly. One side to the Super Nintendo. And then this goes to the one connector. There we go. It's probably good. Just kind of get it to focus somewhere. Okay, that's powered on. So okay, I don't even have the audio things that would need to. For some reason, I took them out of got this thing. This converts down to 1. Oh. This one would convert the 2 audio signals into a stereo jack. But I just don't have speakers. Nope. Okay, this one does a mono. Well, it's basically the same thing. I thought I had a reverse one. This goes, that would not be useful. Yeah, let's go. Yeah, we need to swap. We need to convert this into the opposite, the female connection point. Oh wait, no, that's not it. I thought that I had one. This goes I don't think that's... Oh man. Basically like an extension connector type. But I'm not seeing it. I mean, I could try putting this into this thing, but I don't think it outputs audio. It plays back audio, but I don't think it outputs live audio. Well, so that would be these two into this. This line in maybe. And then I need to power it. So this is old school USB. I mean, I could put batteries in it too, but live demonstrations. Oh, here. Okay. Yeah, I put them in one place that I did not check. So there's that. However, it's that type of connector. So this goes into here. And then I still have the same problem, I think. Yeah. So this goes into here. I need to convert this to the, I need to connect these two somehow. That is the question. It's how. Nope. Nope. So we've got this thing. Maybe I could do a... Got this thing. We've got more of these. Another one. I really thought that I had an extension, but if I do have it, it's either being used or I just don't see it. Let's see if we can use a combination of adapters to make this work. So I could convert these. This is goofy. Does this do something? No. The one type of connector I need. Whoops. Does this do something? Maybe I could convert this. Oh my goodness. Nope. So many cables. Oh, what is this thing? So this goes. Nope. What is this? This is an extension. There's another one of those. Yeah, literally the one thing that I need. Okay, I do have. Oh no, that's well, that's. Mono. So this to, where does this go? This converts. No. This goes. Oh. No. Yeah, we could just use this as like a pass-through. This is dumb. Okay. No, that's not gonna work. So if I go, that achieves nothing. So this one can go like this, and I've got these two. Oh wait. Damn it. This can go. Yeah, all I need is an extension, but that is apparently not the thing I ever bought. My goodness. I don't think I would be using it anywhere. What is this? So that's those two. No. Nope. Yeah, if I have one, it, who knows where it is. So this goes in this, achieves nothing. Put these two. Or no. Yeah, of course these don't have an input type connector. It's got a this thing. And all I would need to do is like this to that, or this to this. Well, this is the worst type of Tetris. Yeah, it's all one direction. Yeah, this literally achieves nothing because it converts it back into that. This one, that's not gonna work. So this one can go like this, but it does the same thing of nothing because it converts it into a mono signal. What is this? What if we put... No, this basically does the same thing. Which is not what I want. Yeah, that basically creates a really pointless extension connector. Yeah, so I'm going to be buying a few extension things because this could have been solved in 2 seconds. Do I have anything that... Yeah, that basically creates an extension. These two... I think I can use this as whoops. Let's see if this works. I think it'll work. So I'm just gonna connect this and then connect this one to the speakers. We'll see. I don't know. This is just getting excessive. Okay, I need to power those. I mean, it's probably not going to be picked up on the lapel microphone anyways. So that was a wasted half hour of whatever the heck. So I need a power source for that. Whoops. I don't think that was good. This one should be strong enough. But, oh, I have a USB on this thing, which would probably be fun. There we go. Let's put this back. Let's connect the controller. Hopefully this works. I don't have a way to adjust the... Oh. This might be really loud. Yeah, because these speakers don't have adjustment on them. Let's disconnect. Oh, it's on. Anyways, I could try the headphones. And then I'll hold it up to the lapel microphone. There we go. Yeah, see if that even works. Oh, these don't have audio adjustment either. Volume. Whatever. It will be quieter, maybe. We'll see. So I'm gonna put a game in. We've got Super Mario RPG. And then I don't know which input. Okay, here's composite input. There we go. Okay, this is working. Nice. You can adjust brightness, so it's at 50% at the moment. How does this work? It's color settings. Let's see. Trying to get it to focus about right here. Hue, tint, saturation, positioning. Like I said, it does have picture-in-picture functionality, but it's currently not highlighted because there's only one input, most likely. So it doesn't notice the speaker things. Yeah, color settings. So this is composite. Some of these might be relevant. Yeah, so this is relevant. You can adjust the sharpness. Scaling mode. So 1-to-1 ratio. If you want that for some reason. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, so it's just a tiny little bit of the screen. Listen to some Nintendo music. Probably get copyright strike. Good old Nintendo. Let's go back to, I think it was in here. Aspect ratio or fill. So this is probably the same aspect ratio, so it doesn't really matter, it looks like. Wait. It's hard for me to tell. If I go into the main menu, see if that changes it. Okay, it does change it. So fill the screen is, I guess, different aspect ratio compared to the Super Nintendo. That one's probably better to use right now. Yeah. And then we can also do S-Video. Let's see these things out of here. That. Does that work nicely? We've got S-Video cable for the Super Nintendo. It might work for other ones, I'm not sure. So in this case, S-Video connector. Have to align it properly. There we go. And we've got the two audio connections. This back in. Whoops. Go. You have to change the input to S-Video. Get this to focus. Does it look better? I'm not sure. Probably. With the music. So this probably doesn't have as many setting changes. Well, actually, okay, these are relevant. Oh, that looks crisp. Let's try a different game. Let's see, maybe NBA Jam. There we go. Come on. Come on. I didn't remember it taking this long to start up. That's not. So that's the actual resolution, and then it does fill. Yeah, it looks good. Whoops. Let's do aspect ratio. I don't think there's anything else here. I wouldn't be able to do the picture-in-picture unless I inputted, which I can actually try that out here instead of bringing it over there. So while this is running, let me pick, where's the bowls? I mean Pippin and Grant, Horace Grant. Jordan was licensed to some other game or something. Actually, what I could do here is increase the, whoops. And press this. And what do I press here? Okay, there we go. So there's maximum brightness. Let's go 70% maybe. Yeah, this one's not as intuitive. $70. Okay, a little bit brighter. Make sure it's focused. Oh. Screen there. So what I can do now is take that DVI to, actually, what screen am I on? I haven't even looked at the stream. Okay, yeah, that looks good. Got the top down still on. My microphone working? Yeah. Here I've got DVI to HDMI. So there's a DVI connector, there's the HDMI connector. So this is what I can use on the computer to get the best input. And I currently have my GPU as well as, my external graphics card, as well as the built-in video working on the computer. So I can connect this to the built-in video. So I have a direct HDMI port. I'm using the HDMI on another monitor for the 4060 GPU. So that's connected. And then here we can rotate this. That's really convenient. That screen rotation. Yeah, so here's the DVI port. I'm not gonna get much else in focus here, but so these have screws. Is it actually going in? Can't tell. I think so. Okay, I think it's in there. Not as good as it's gonna get. Now we can try the picture-in-picture mode, which I didn't do much with when this was relevant. So I can switch to DVI. Honestly, don't know what it's going to show. Maybe just okay, it went dark. So the question is, why did it not display settings? Why did it not? We did not find another display. I have used this. Try turning it on, turning it off. It's connected. Okay. Yeah, so there's a Windows screen. I guess it just needed to be turned off, turned on. It's kind of the theme with computers sometimes. Let me see if I can put an image or something on there. Let's see. I'm trying to remember where I put a specific image. Maybe in help. It's possible I don't have it on here. Let's see. Maybe in documents. Oh, here it is. So I can't see what I'm doing. Oh, I can see what I'm doing. Because I have a preview in OBS. There we go. That's convenient. Cool. So that's one of my, that's my favorite space image. This is not true to life colors. But, yeah, so there's that. And then we can go into picture in picture. So this is available now. And then I can go into here, this video. So there's the Super Nintendo. Just make sure it's kind of visible. Do I need to change my camera at all? I mean, let's see. So we've got positioning. Yeah, I rarely, if ever, use this. Oh, you can change the brightness and contrast of the picture-in-picture. So, large version. I mean, that's as big as it's going to get, it looks like. And then you can manually adjust. Put it on 70. And we've got tint and hue adjustment for the picture-in-picture. We have the position of it. Yeah, that's cool. All right. Let's change this. It's right in the middle. Put it down here. Cover the Windows thing. And it's probably the best spot for it. Very cool. And then I can do some computer stuff and play some NBA Jam. I don't think I can hold this and play at the same time. I do not remember any of this. What was that? Okay, that is not what I want to do. Horace Grant saved me. Nice. Okay, I don't even remember how to slam. There might be certain points when you can let me switch. Whoops. Okay. Oh. Man, Horace Grant's good. Oh, yeah. No. Okay, I just don't remember how to slam dunk. There we go. Man. There we go. Need a running start, I guess. How did you miss that? Okay, yeah. Anyways, this is cool. And it works. And I don't know if there's anything else I want to cover with this. I could play more Super Nintendo games. Or we can go and put it over on the... Actually, I'll show one more game, maybe. This is what got me into anime. I mean, I probably watched anime as a kid and didn't realize it, but this is the game that got me into anime. I was playing this through emulation. It's Gundam Wing fighting game. And obviously at the time I did not have a cartridge. But it's a really good fighting game for the Super Nintendo. Technically the Super Famicom, this is not available on the North American Super Nintendo. But I mean, it works. So anyways, cool game. Let's put this over here. But basically it's Gundam Wing fighting game, and then the story, I've told this multiple times on stream, but the general story is that I was playing this game through emulation on a computer, and my sister was like, I saw that game you keep playing on TV. I was like, what? So that got me into Toonami through Gundam Wing, and then eventually watched Gundam Wing. I watched Tenchi Muyo, which again was so odd and interesting and unique. And that kind of got me hooked. And then I went, and then in college, like as I just started college, there was an anime club forming, and I joined as it was forming and went to that. So that's kind of what got me into it. I did mod. I cut out the tabs of my Super Nintendo, so this will fit in here, which in retrospect, not the smartest to cut out plastic of here. There are better and easier ways to do it, but it works. This is good. Good song. Dun, 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 dun. So as you can see, I think this is a pretty solid retro gaming monitor. There are some issues with color and stuff, probably. This one seems all right, but it does at times look kind of yellow. I can probably adjust the hue and such, but I think it's just because of the compact fluorescent bulbs eventually go in that direction. Now there might be kits to swap the CFL tubes for LEDs, which I would consider doing with this thing, but maybe at some point I'll eventually donate it or sell it or something, because it is heavy and big, and you know, if I ever, who knows what, move on or something, or go somewhere, or who knows what, but yeah. So at least at the moment it works, and it's generally a pretty cool screen for this type of stuff. Do a quick game here. Just make sure I'm focused properly. So my favorite mecha is the Tallgeese, but I also like heavy arms. Let me start with Tallgeese. Oh look. Okay, and this is the best stage, the heavy arm stage. The music is so good. I don't know if I can somehow get the speaker close to my microphone. So you can do jet, if I can remember how to play this. Okay, it's these. So this game had multiple levels to the playfield. You can do double jetting. It's hard to get the audio on the microphone, probably. Okay, I got dunked on. I should say that the mech isn't necessarily my favorite in the game. It's just in general, the design and such. I was never amazingly good at this game. I think a lot of the time when I was playing this, I would use Death Scythe, maybe heavy arms, probably occasionally with Tallgeese or Wing Zero or something. But just playing it like this, I don't see any issue with the refresh rate. It looks good to me. I mean, I don't know what frames per second this game runs at, but I don't think this specific game used any custom chips, which is impressive considering how much is going on. There we go. Tallgeese wins. Okay. So that's good. Now I can move this over to the other area. But yeah, it's moderately warm at the moment. Disconnected from the computer. I probably messed up some of my stuff, but it's okay. Looks like it's working. Minimize. Get rid of that. We switch to the back camera. It's probably good. Yeah, so this is where I'm going to put it for now. I'm going to have to, actually I can do this over there. Well, I guess it doesn't matter which spot to do it. Get this out of the way. Old junky headphones that sound okay. I mean, they're junky now, but... Alright. It's getting late. Okay, I'm gonna try to get this done relatively quickly. So in this case... Oh, how's it going? I don't know when you posted that message. I wasn't looking at the chat too much. Oops. Man, this screen is heavy. There we go. All right. So I have to put the VESA adapter on the back here. Let's see. I think I have everything over here. So the monitor arm that I'm using, oops, let me get my little chat screen so it responds potentially. Whoops. Oh. You're saying, sorry, the AutoMod complained. You're saying, presets. Oh, camera stuff. Porta 400. Is that a Fujifilm thing? Okay. Yeah, this is the monitor arm. HUANUO HNCM30B. I bought this at Menards for $15. And the max capacity is 17 pounds, 7.7 kilograms. And this thing is like 12 to 13 just for this. So it's kind of close, but good enough. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna put it here. Let's see. So got the VESA adapter, however it's pronounced. And I've got the screws in here. This thing came with some zip things to deal with cables, a bunch of screws and stuff. So there's a washer and short and long screws. Then it also came with these little adapter things. But those are, I'm pretty sure it said in the instructions that these extensions were for curved monitors. Just another view of stuff. So probably like a chat screen, because this tiny little thing, this is what I have to chat on right now. I'm probably going to use this over in the other area, and then I can put chat windows on this thing now. It's just what I had on hand, so should be good. Just get it focus there. Yeah, I've had this screen for a long time. The little one. Streaming hub. It is a touch screen, but it doesn't send the touch screen anywhere. It's just the touch screen. This is designed for cameras, so the touch screen only allows you to adjust its own settings. So there are different things, like I could put a histogram on the screen, stuff like that. I do have a video on this that I could link if you're curious. It's a Viltrox branded one. Let's see. Yeah, it's pretty much designed for cameras. Let's see if I can find the link real quick. Whoops. Then over there. He's saying, oh, yeah, 3 a.m. It's all good. Thanks for stopping by. Let's see. I'll put the link anyways, in case. Search content, title. Let's see. There we go. So that's the video I made on that screen. Looks like. Yeah. You see, it's called the Viltrox DC550 Pro. There we go. Whoops. All right. Cool. I need a screwdriver. I got this screwdriver in like a cheap mechanic kit. It's not amazing, but it works. And I attached a stronger magnet down here on the shaft, and I taped it, so it's got more magnet force now. Definitely not the LTT screwdriver. Although technically the LTT screwdriver is made by another company for the most part, and they sell something that's kind of very similar for like half the price. I've considered picking one of those up. I think it's called Mega something or Mega Pro or something like that. I don't know what the differences are. Maybe it's not as nice, but probably achieve the same thing for the most part. Yeah, so this is a heavy screen. I'm just making sure that these are nice and attached. Yeah. So I've still got the DVI, which will not be long enough, I don't think. That's potentially an issue. I'll have to maybe get a longer cable. or extension of some sort. So this will go here. All right, there it is. Yeah, I don't think I have a way to connect this, considering it's not long enough. What I could do for the moment, well, actually, just barely. Just barely long enough. I might have to get a extension cable or something. Yeah, so it's got some movement to it. I'm concerned, like slightly concerned about this, but I think it'll be fine. Whoops. Oh, I don't have it plugged in, but that's kind of the idea here, is this will be a nice little addition when I need another screen for more stuff. When doing this streaming, there's just so many things to show and keep track of. Yeah. I guess I can connect the power and such. It was getting kind of light, so. Let's see. There we go. Okay, that's not gonna fit. Let me take my lights down. All right, where is the power connection? I think it's over here. Pretty sure it's this. Doesn't want to go in there. Let's see. It's nice having tools and things. And that is it. Having that shelf is super convenient because you can stick a bunch of tools back there. In this case, a light. So that should be okay. Now it's not cooperating. Now it sees it now. And oh, I think I'm in the wrong. There we go. I was still on composite. There we go. So I can sit here and my lights are not lit in the background. But I ran out of space for connecting power stuff. Yeah. So does this show up? Oh, it does show up a little bit. and there's just a little bit of the screen, but I generally would have the camera like that. Yeah. I can always move it, shift the screen a little bit. I would still have picture-in-picture on the back camera. So I can turn this picture-in-picture thing off. And I can also adjust the brightness. Whoops. Exit. Oh, it's set to 50. Oh, that's fun. Yeah, that's kind of the idea. So maybe move some chat windows over here. Oops, I need to find where the screen is. This one, so many windows. Yeah, this kind of idea. That's so much easier to read. I just need a longer cable. Cool. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That was the goal today, to try this out and see how it works. But hopefully, actually, let me check one thing here. Is this, okay, that looks, I've been running that the whole time. Yeah, I never checked to see if this was a public stream, which would have been not cool. And oops, it's my OBS window. Still so many windows to look at. Let me just take a look at this. Yeah, so it is public. Okay. I've been trying to do more with my tech channel, but it's been, I mean, I've been compiling ideas and things for the technology channel. But clearly I haven't been doing enough with it. But we'll see how it goes. Anyways, this is cool. It works. You can't see it on screen anymore. Yeah, it's over here. So, nice. That was fun. Might try to do similar stuff in the future, but I don't really have, I don't think I have any old technology compared to this. I do have a CRT, and I could do something similar. Yeah, I tend to get rid of old computer components over time. I do have an older computer, but I'm using it for a Dance Dance Revolution setup where I've got two computers. I have a old computer a few generations back, and then I have an old laptop. So the laptop is doing the streaming, and the old computer is doing the playing of the game, where I've got pads connected to it and such. But yeah, I think I'm good. I'm gonna head out. That was a fun stream. Hopefully if you see it after the fact, you find it interesting. See ya.